I don't have to make this video, right? I could just make a video on something cute, like ducks or, little panda bears. People love panda bears. Oh, anyways, arachnophobia, the fear of arachnids, more often than not, spiders. This is a fear that myself and many people around the world have. However, it always seems like an irrational fear to me. Even the biggest of spiders can be squished fairly easily. Not that I am saying do that or anything, spiders are valuable members of any ecosystem. However, I'm just saying, they're not exactly a lion or a shark or something. So why are some humans more afraid of a tiny little spider than much more dangerous threats? Let's get into that. Spiders are spooky. If you watch my Halloween video, spoilers if you haven't, I even dubbed them the spookiest animal. There is a reason for that. Most people have some level of fear when it comes to spiders. Some people can't even look at a picture of them without freaking out. Thankfully for me, I can look at pictures of them no problem. I just don't want one near me. Do I want to look at the pictures? Not entirely, but I have to torture myself for content. The big question, however, is why don't I like being near spiders? Disclaimer, there is not one definitive reason. However, there are a lot of possible triggers that could lead to this phobia. One is trauma, from an experience involving spiders. Now, this is actually a theory that has been studied by the University of Maastricht. The university found that people with arachnophobia as adults typically had some traumatic event involving a spider as a kid that they completely forgot about until they had to remember it. People that did not have an event like this tended to not have the phobia. Personally, I remember sitting down on my bed once as a kid, only looked to my right and see a daddy longlegs sitting on my bed next to me. I remember promptly taking off like a rocket. Another theory is that it's genetic. This theory is likely more far-fetched, but it was studied by City University London. They tested 118 people and found that 75% of them were afraid of spiders, with most of these people saying they had family members also afraid of spiders. That theory is kind of a stretch. That's like saying my mom likes the color blue and I also like the color blue. That must mean that liking blue is genetic, right? Okay, it's not that simple, and there is some possible truth to the theory. The way people process things is often spread from parent to child. However, that is likely just due to proximity and the fact that it's, parent and child. Family members tend to be around each other and thus they share views. If one person's afraid of spiders, chances are they'll influence others in the family to also be afraid of spiders. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. The biggest theory of them all, however, is that we evolved as a species to be afraid of spiders as a survival trait. This is due to some spiders having venom. While we are much, much bigger than, hopefully, every spider on this planet, that plays into the spider's advantage. Being small means that they could bite us well before we even notice that they're crawling on us. Heck, there might be one crawling on you right now. Take a moment. Make sure you check real good. Anyways, the theory is that we evolved to be more aware of a spider's presence, that way we can detect them before they're able to bite us. This was actually tested in 2001, when researchers discovered that people could detect spiders in a picture of flowers quicker than they could detect a flower in a picture of spiders. Human brains seem to be trained to spot spiders. So, how do you get rid of arachnophobia? Thankfully, it is possible. The most successful method is exposure therapy. The more spiders you see and eventually interact with, the less afraid you become. I know this works because as a kid I was afraid of snakes. Now I own 3 of them with plans on getting more. This was due to constantly being around snakes and not having much of a choice other than to interact with them. Now I absolutely love them. Maybe one day I'll love spiders too. Who knows? Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.